Hello Nakama. Welcome to Nimehara. This channel contains One Piece facts and theories. Don't forget to subscribe and notification bells. Since, again, showing unexpected developments in the battle at Marijoa. Where has Goros Garling returned to? As I discussed in the previous video, there's a moment where Garling, hit by a strong attack from the dragon, until he was knocked far to the right side of Red. I'm really hurt. But now she is already come back to the battlefield. So that's it. It means now Dragon has to fight against Goros Garling and Gorosinus Juro at the same time. In that fight, Dragon will use the wind technique to make her body move faster from normal speed. He has already used it some time ago to fight against Gorosinus Juro, but now she has to wear it again, even though the technique is quite draining. Because of the opponent that Dragon is currently facing, they are the two Gorosei with the fastest movements among all the Gorosei. On the other hand, Nusjuro will also maximize its speed. In hybrid mode, the Katsu and Garling will move swiftly, while emitting a very strong aura. The two Gorosei even started attacking each other with a dragon at high speed. There are continuous clashes happening there, but the people in the surrounding area difficulty in seeing that. They are so fast, the three of them. In this mutual attack, the dragon is able to fight well, even though I have to face two Gorosei high speed at once. Dragon really prove it, the quality and level of strength that he possesses. It's really amazing. It's no wonder he dares to challenge the world government, because he has really prepared himself as best as possible. For a long time, the Goros, I've often heard about the greatness of Ragon, but of course, it's also surprising when they confronted him directly. Because of the leader's ability, that revolutionary team, stronger than what has been reported. In another area, there's Sabo and his three friends, who keeps fighting against Shamrock. This time, will ask Akali, tell your partner to back off first, because he wants to launch a strong attack. Sabo also activated the blue fire of awakening from the power of the red devil fruit, Red Nomi, to create a big fire in the air. Then, that big fire was released, becoming small attacks that shoot out in a row. In dealing with that series of attacks, Shamrock is also moving quickly, good for both avoiding and defending. But suddenly, Sabo will use the Heiken technique from a straight direction, so the series of attacks earlier just a part of the distraction. Shamrock also quickly fended off Heiken. She is using her sword and even so, her right hiking from Sabu. I bumped into a Shamrock sword. A huge impact has been created, so that the leader of the Holy Knights was knocked out. Looking quite far at the bouncing Shamrock, certainly, it makes many people from the world governance side immediately became surprised. Even some Holy Knights were shocked by that. Caught off guard, so they were attacked by the enemies. Different from the others, a senior Holy Knight from the Marcus family looks always calm. He even complained about the other Holy Knights, so easily distracted. Therefore, giving an opportunity to the enemy to attack, decides the Holy Knight from the Marcus family. A Holy Knight from the family, Ethan Baron, also seems to be staying relaxed. He is sure that the Shamrock will definitely, it's fine. Even though I was attacked earlier, until now, there's nothing to worrying about there. These two Holy Knights are indeed different from the others, because they are the two of them, included in the ranks of the strongest Holy Knights. Sabo, who is observing the situation after attacking Shamrock, you can see it. The Holy Knight from the Marcus family and the Holy Knight from the Ethan Baron family. It looks calm. Until the end, can evaluate that those two people, not just great in terms of strength alone, but also in terms of mental resilience. Not long after, the Shamrock that was bounced early immediately returned to attack Sabo. Of course, a person as strong as a Shamrock won't lose with an attack like that. Switch to another place. Hachinosu Island is still chaotic. I'm back in the spotlight again. In the central area, the battle of the three factions still ongoing. There are Songs and Ben Batman. There are Kuzan Sirio and Ven Ober. Then there's Kizaru, Vice Admiral Momo Uesagi, and Vice Admiral Toki Cake. Everyone is fighting seriously, using their respective powerful techniques. In that battle, The most outstanding ones are Shanks and Batman. Various techniques they have launched. Success makes our enemies feel troubled. Good from the pirate side, both Kurohige and the Navy. No one can handle it. Attack from the two of them. The power level of Shanks and Batman is indeed still above them. So it's only natural that those two people, capable of excelling, in that moment of struggle. I am Batman. I will also remember various events. The past where he and Shanks, often fighting together against various enemies. So that's it. Look back, briefly showing. They will also be displayed. In that flashback, Shanks and Batman have fought many people with various backgrounds. From time to time, they also often have troubles when we have to face formidable enemies. But in the end, the two of them always succeed. Back then, those two people were not as strong as they are now. But experience and continuous practice make them grow, so it can become as strong as it is now. The flashback has ended, and the story will show their actions together. In the center of Hashinosu Island, at a certain distance, Kurohige keeps monitoring that battle, while analyzing to look for the right opportunity and momentum. Because of the Yonko, it won't just stay the same, but he will also get involved. When we feel the time is right, Kurohige is full of calculations, so he doesn't need to rush. Meanwhile, in another area, there is a battle between Rockstars and several of Akagumi's pirate crew, fighting someone from Kurohige's side who is very strong. That is Kurohige, leader of the secret unit of Devil Fruit users belonging to the pirate Kurohige. So, the Yonko has a special unit, full of people, who has certainly been given the Devil's Fruit and trained to use it. In this battle on Hachinosu Island, that unit was called upon some time ago. Leader of the unit that also shows various great actions. And now, he has to deal with the Rockstar and his friends. With his great power, he also managed to defeat many crews. It's relatively fast, as we know. There is indeed a significant difference in strength between the regular crew and the core crew in Akagami Pirates. No, what people are facing are just ordinary crew members, so it's reasonable for him can win easily. The only thing that still survives there, just a Rockstar. Because even though Rockstars are not as strong as the crew, the essence of others, but he's also not as weak as the regular crew members. Therefore, from that, he is still willing to keep fighting against it. The enemy in front of him. In another area, there is a Kobe who has already succeeded in defeating one of the strong captains of the Kurohige Alliance. They dueled for quite some time. Then there was a moment when Kobe used a new move, in the form of a boxing technique on a smaller scale. Honesty impact. But it's more efficient and easy to use in a one-on-one fight. The technique was also successful. Defeat the captain of the pirates, so Kobe can move freely again. This time, he will go to a place where, healthy and fit, currently fighting against many enemies. Then, Smokers will also be shown, who has defeated several crews of pirates. Kurohige Alliance. After that, he is also monitoring the situation. Where is he looking? There are so many other alliances from Kurohige. Who keeps coming? The Smoker told Tashigi to be more careful, because the number of enemies there is quite considerable. Quite worrying. In another place, there's Helmeppo and Prince Gross, who has joined Phase Admiraldo. They also fighting against many incoming enemies. Phase also said, the situation will become more complicated if the enemy because as time goes by, their energy, it will definitely get more drained. Helmeppo is also asking, isn't it better for them to just call for help? Phase also reply, some time ago, he briefly went to the ship and talked to the Marines, who is holding Denden Mushi. According to the Marine, there is information that something is also happening in the outside world. There's a lot of chaos that's causing the Marines trouble being busy, so for now, they can't call for help to come to Hachinosu Island. Switch to another place that is far from here. In the area of the New World Ocean, there's Katakuri, Marco and BG who are sailing together, because we have already formed an alliance. They have already agreed to free Edward, Wayfield King, and also do Flamingo from the 6th level of Impel Down prison. take the opportunity to visit the naval headquarters, and the town is currently quiet and under maintenance. They have already read the subsequent pages of latest newspaper, what they are holding. On the first page, there's news about the situation. Numerindo and Impel Down are very quiet right now, and that's what triggered them all to move towards Impel Down prison. No. On the second page, there's news about Karabari Island, which is currently as a result of the confrontation between the naval forces fighting against the Rose Guild group. On the third page, there's news about Hachinosu Island, who is also in a mess because there is a battle between 3 factions over there. That is Akagami Pirate, Kurohige Pirate, and also the Navy. After reading the news, on the second and third pages, Marco also concluded that after Mihawk has finished his fight on Karabari Island, she is also to Hachinosu Island. Because as far as Marco knows, Shanks is indeed forming a secret alliance with Mihawk. Therefore, Mihawk will definitely come to help go there. Later, when Katakuri, Marco and BG come to Hachinosu Island, they won't just meet with Shanks and just friends, but they will also meet Mihawk there. By knowing all those news, actually, I feel that their current troops enough already to defeat the pirate Kurohige, because of the pirate Akagami who is augmented by Mihawk. Then, she also added himself, Marcos and BG. I'm sure it's enough to defeat Kurohige. No need to go to Impel Down first. Save the Weevil King and also do Flamingo. Marco also answered what Katakuri said. There is indeed some truth to it, but they also have to think about it. The worst possible scenario. They also don't know for sure how is the situation in Hachinosu Island right now. And what's more, there is also news written in the newspaper that the Kurohige Alliance, more and more are appearing there. So it's better. Indeed, we are preparing the team thoroughly. First of all, that is, by saving the Weevil King and also do Flamingo. This is the right moment to do that. Because of coincidence, Impel Down is really very quiet right now. There will be no more a good opportunity like this. DG also responded by saying he agrees with Marco. Moreover, they also need a connection to Flamingo in the underworld so that they can get armament, warship, and a lot of troops from that underworld organization. Katakuri also understands, so he will just follow their original plan. After that, they continued reading the news on the next page. That is page 4. Which one is there? There's news about it. Revolutionary team, who is fighting against the world government in the Marijoa region. They were quite surprised to read that news, because it turns out that we are currently at war. It's not just the pirates, but the people outside are pirates, like a revolutionary team too. Apparently, they are at war. Actually, Katakuri, Marco and BG, I don't quite understand that situation, because there is indeed a conflict between the revolutionary forces fighting against the world government outside their realm. Even so, Katakuri, Marco and BG fully support the revolutionary forces. They hope Dragon and it will be the friends who will win the battle. It's because they hate the government of the world. Wanted among pirates, revolutionary army, even ordinary people, they all agreed to antagonize the world government, especially the Tenryubito. Tiba Katakuri feel there is a ship from a distance. The ship has not yet been seen, but Katakuri can feel it from a distance. Using Kenbun Shoku Haki hers, Kenbun Shoku Haki Katakuri, superior to Marco and BG. So there's only Katakuri. Only one can feel it. Marco immediately flew high, using her phoenix form, to see there's whose ship is in that distance. Whose ship is in the distance. Because of the story, directly moved to the world. Matahari the buff, all still drifting high to monitor situation there. He could see the skeleton of an ancient robot. In that place, this is the only robot ever seen, Frankie and Lilith, which Lilith says that the robot been around since 3,000 years ago. Well, when this time Im-sama see the robot's skeleton, he looked at her sharply. Then remember an event, which was a long time ago. Last year, the ancient robot fights beside the sun god. Marriage against mysterious ancient monsters. So ancient robots in Elbaf. It was a colleague who accompanied the marriage, over 3,000 years ago. This will remind us of the Emet, the ancient robot on Egghead Island, who became Jobo's partner, about 900 years ago. So both Nika and Jobo both have colleagues, robots each. Of course Luffy, as their successors. Today, we will also experience the same thing. She has robots or cyborgs, which is Frankie. So Frankie's role in the story in the future will be crucial in the big battle against the cycle of the sun god and a robot against the devil figure. It always happens in every era. Thousands of years ago, that is the first world era, god of the sun, first marriage fight against the devil figure, which is Im-sama. This first marriage son is not a devil fruit eater. It is the embodiment of the god of marriage itself. In that battle, he was accompanied by a robot. The old one is now the skeleton, found on the island, Elbaf then. About 800 until 900 years ago, which is the second world era. There Jobo the first pirate. He also has the power of the sun god. By eating the devil's fruit of marriage, she fought against the demon figure as well, which is Im-sama. And again, he was accompanied by a robot, which is Emet. Ancient robots that we see in Egghead Island yesterday, well in the present, which is the third world era. There's Luffy the owner, the power of the new marriage sun god. He had to fight the devil too. That is in the same. Here the robot that will accompany Luffy during that final battle is Frankie. Frankie would be a robotic figure who assisted Luffy's marriage sun god. Maybe more or less, Frankie will apply several Pluton ancient weapon features on his body, considering he was indeed the only person who have memorized all the contents of the Pluton blueprints with the equivalent armament of a Pluton. Of course Frankie would be a very strong figure, connected in the first world era and the second world era. Im-sama always manages to win and survive. Then in this era, Im-sama must be completely defeated, so that the dark history does not repeat itself.